First thing, I'll start with this map. So you can see here on the left hand side I have protons, electrons and neutrons, the subatomic particles of an atom. Okay, so let's start with protons. Protons always exert attraction on electrons. We call this, in short, the nuclear charge. Now, nuclear charge as it is can increase across a period. In other words, if you're in a periodic table going left to right, you will continuously add more and more protons. But it would decrease as you go down a group. Now, just be aware of something, that nuclear charge is rarely used as it is, because nuclear charge becomes less effective when you have more shielding. So in other words, you get more protons in the same quantum shell if you're in the same period of the periodic table. Yes, it counts because shielding is the same. You don't increase the number of shells if you're walking across the same period. But if you're going down the group, you know what's going to happen? You will add more shells, you get more shielding, you get less effective nuclear charge. ENC for effective nuclear charge. So once again, as long as you're in the same group, you get less radius, less nuclear charge, because shielding is more or less the same thing. However, if you're going down, shielding is always the boss. Shielding always counteracts the effect of nuclear charge. So that was about protons. That was the first part of this map. It was all about the protons, nuclear charge, and when it's effective. Second thing is about electrons. Electrons cause shielding. They only cause that shielding if you are going down the group, because you get more and more quantum shells as you move down the group. Shielding, as we said earlier, stays the same if you are in the same period. By the way, what does shielding mean? Shielding is the blockage of the nuclear charge by inner shells of electrons. And it always has the upper hand over the nuclear charge. Meaning, no matter what the nuclear charge is, look at it here, meaning I have 3, I have 11 protons, I have 19 protons, but the nuclear charge of lithium is more than everyone here in this group because it has the least shielding. Now, electrons are removed with energy, right? You would require energy. We call this ionization energy to remove electrons. The definition of ionization is super important. You may be asked to write it. You may be asked to write it as an equation, like text or equation. Let's start with text. It is the energy to remove 1 mole of electrons from 1 mole of neutral atoms in the gas form to form 1 mole of cations. So this is the definition. How do I write this in formula? Let's say atom is X in the gas form, becomes X positive, the gas form, plus an electron. This is what we call first ionization energy. If they ask you for second ionization, you just put 1 plus here, you put 2 plus here. They ask you third, you put 2 plus here, you put 3 plus here, and so on. Yeah. So that was the first ionization energy. What factors determine ionization energy? One is the fact that it's endothermic. In other words, it's an energy that you require to exert to remove that electrons because you're pulling against the nuclear charge. So the second thing is that ionization energy increases if you are walking across the period. Remember the thing that changed across the period? If I'm walking across a period, this means I have an increase in nuclear charge and I have more or less the same electron shielding. So IE is continuously increasing. These are really important. They ask you non-stop about the exceptions of IE. So when do I have exceptions of ionization energy? I have one here between group 2 and group 3. And I have another exception when I'm going from group 5 to group 6. Just keep in mind that we continuously increase. IE is steadily increasing from left to right, with the exception me going from group 2 to 3, I have small dip. And when I'm going from group 5 to 6, I have another small dip, but nonetheless, everywhere else is increasing. Why does this happen? I'll tell you about it in just a moment. So the exceptions are 2 to 3 and group 5 to 6. How do you write the explanation when it's going from group 2 to 3? You'll simply tell them that is the first time I go to the p subshells. P orbitals are further and they are more shielded. Okay? It's like me going from I'm going from beryllium to boron. Or me, I'm going from magnesium to aluminium. It's always the element in the third group has slightly lower first ionization energy. What if it was group 5 to 6? Here it's also small decrease because we have what we call electron pair repulsion. So once again, here, group 2 to 3, we have the p orbital being further and more shielded. Group 5 to 6, like nitrogen to oxygen, we have what we call electron pair repulsion. Is the first time I pair up electrons in the same orbital. Now, let's talk about going down the group. Why IE decreases going down the group? That's quite simple. You'll simply say it's because we're having more shielding. So you get more shielding, you go in top to bottom. That's because we are having less effective nuclear charge. All right? So you go top to bottom, you get more shells, you get more quantum shells, you get more shielding. The nuclear charge is blocked, you get much lower ionization energy. It takes you less energy to pull an electron out. Now, let's talk about what we call successive IE. Successive ionization is when I'm pulling electrons from one individual atom. This increases in two ways. It may increase sharply when I'm moving suddenly to an inner shell of electrons, and it may increase gradually as long as I'm removing electrons from the same quantum shell. So something like this. Here is sodium, and if I'm going from the first shell, outermost, to an inner shell, I will have a sharp increase, okay? As long as I am removing these electrons from the same shell, you will have a gradual increase. So those jumps tell you how many shells you have. For instance, even without me knowing that this is sodium, I can tell there is one shell, there is another shell, and there is a third shell right here. So this is successive. Successive is when you remove electrons. They simply ask you, why is it that electron or ionization increases as I'm removing electrons from the same atom? You'll tell them, look, is increasing because I am removing electrons from a cation. I've started with an atom. Every time I remove an electron, it's turned into a cation. Moreover, that's number one. Number two, you're going to tell them because there is a greater proton to electron ratio. Meaning initially I had equal number, but now protons are more, nuclear charge is greater. Lastly, you will tell them the radius is decreasing. The radius is decreasing means I'm getting closer to the nucleus. Then that means I need to put more energy to remove those innermost electrons. So learn those three reasons if they ask you why is it that the first IE is less than the second one.